Okay, so can everybody come around here and see? So when I pull him over, my next thought is this, okay? I want to keep hold of that belt, keep his body, but then with my foot, I want to start pulling up. And as you get good at this, as you roll him, you'll immediately start pulling up immediately. See how I draw him in? And as I draw him in, I can grab this way, grab the jacket. But I like to grab around the elbow here, pull it in tight, and tie him up. Okay, just be on knuckles, yeah. Okay, we're going to look at a real aggressive, in fact, a very aggressive Sankaku. It's oldie but a goodie, and it's just ideal for somebody who balls up in a turtle position. We see this a lot. So we're going to look at here the basic way of setting into it. It's kind of a sideways Sankaku. So if Derrick is here, all right, and I'm gonna take him over to this way here. So I'll kind of show different positions here for everybody. So basically, if he's here like this, I just want to turn him onto his side and get him in a triangle choke. That's what's going to happen. So he's like this. Now, when we start, let me move you around here. So, like that. Let's focus on this. I'm going to take him to my left in this particular case, but my right knee is quite important in this case here. So as I'm starting straight on with him pretty much, his head's right in the middle of my gut here. All right, I'm going to grab with my left hand on his belt, palm down, because I get a better grip that way. All right, my personal preference. You can grab palm up, but I think palm down works a little more efficiently for this. And I'm going to cup in here. People say just grab the jacket. I like to get a little cup here, just at the elbow joint, and just cup it in there nice and tight, okay? Now, as I do that, as I start to work my hands, he's sensing this. I'm going to drive my knee right on his shoulder, right next to his head. It's like it's like slicing bread or something. It's cutting right into the loaf. And now I've got him here and here, okay? Can everybody see that? All right. Now, so that's the position to start. Now I'm going to let's turn back around so that you guys can see. Okay. Now I'm taking over this way now. So I've done just what I talked about. Just boom. I've got here, and notice his head's here. Now, what I'm going to do is just drive my. Now, if his elbow's open enough, you can. If it's not, we're going to talk about that a little later. But if it's open enough, just enough, you can. A good way to do that is actually, of course, is jerk him forward and drive that in. Okay, and aim your heel in there. Use your heel. Don't just be a hunk of meat. Aim that heel in there. Drive your heel in there. Try to touch your left heel to your right knee. You may not do that, especially if you got short legs. but you try, because that way I've got him really hooked in tight. Now, I have options which way I can roll him. I can roll him different ways, actually. But not the easiest, but probably one of the most efficient ways, and pretty much the basic way to do it, is for me to roll onto my left side here on my left hip area, okay? So I'm going to roll on the shank of the side here on my leg. So as I do that, I'm going to pull a belt and I'm going to lift the arm. So I just boom, like that. Okay, so can everybody come around here and see? So when I pull him over, my next thought is this, okay? I want to keep hold of that belt, keep his body, but then with my foot, I want to start pulling up. And as you get good at this, as you roll him, you'll immediately start pulling up immediately. See how I draw him in? And as I draw him in, I can grab this way, grab the jacket. But I like to grab around the elbow here, pull it in tight, and tie him up. And this bottom leg is like a pillow. He's laying his head on my pillow, which is my leg. Like that, see that? And there's the tie-up right there for the Sankaku. You got a pretty good Sankaku going there because you're pulling here on this arm, and you're squeezing here, and I'm not putting pressure on purpose, but the top of my foot and the back of my knee, the closer I can do that, the better for me, okay? Now, there are other ways to tie him up. You can start tying him up here, judo key lock, we call it, whatever. Just trap his arm. But as long as you've got this arm here and you can trap this arm, a good way to trap this arm is to grab your own jacket. And I've got him in a pretty good standard sideways application of Sankaku. And I like this way as a very good aggressive way of doing it. We do it from different positions. There are pretty much 4 basic ways to do Sankaku. And generally when you learn the basic Sankaku, it's generally off the bottom. Okay, and we worked on that. But this is a little more aggressive way, and it's more commonly seen, especially in judo. It's also a good turnover. You'll even see it in sambo as a turnover, so you can end up doing a variation of Sankaku Gatami, triangle pin. We'll do that maybe later, but right now let's concentrate on this triangle, the choke. So here we go again, real quick. Belt, grab his. What you want to do is like cup it right in there at the elbow, just like that. And do that, and as you do that, you drive. Now you may have to pop them open as you do that to open a space here. Do that if you need to, but drive your knee in there, and as you're doing this, boom, this comes in very quick. Bam, trap it. Roll the side. As you do that, quickly pull this, draw this in. Tie him up, okay? Now I've got this arm tight, okay? Now with this hand, just the basic way that I like, there are different ways to do it, but I like to just grab my own jacket, so I trap his arm. There are other people they'll grab different ways, that's cool, okay? But this way, I've got it here, pulling here, and here. Some people will grab and pull the wrist. That works too. I like to grab a little higher up on the elbow and pull that, and just make sure I tighten that way I get his whole shoulder into it. And there we go, and there's the triangle choke. The top of my foot and the bottom inside my knee. And the bottom. I do that, can crank it. And if you're not choking him right off, pull more and turn into him more, and you'll get a little more of a turn, and you get more crank, okay? And it's basically sideways application of Sankaku Jime, the triangle choke. We'll work on another way if it's balled up really tight in a second here. But that's the basic. If you get good at that, that's this. Now, let's say, real quick here, let's say for some reason I can't choke him, okay? For whatever reason, he's got an iron neck, but I am able to get him, I'm able to get him turned. See, at least I can get this, okay? If for whatever reason he's busted up the choke or he's a strong guy, I can still keep a hold of the belt and grab this, and now I've got a pin. So it's a nice setup for a pin too, if you can't choke him. So, like you with the long legs, perfect for you, perfect for you. And it's a good, I think, a good, real offensive way of getting Sankaku Jime, okay? Even short guys like him, but you've got long legs for your body, for your weight class. So, but make it work for you. All right, let's go.
All right, 3, 2, 1.